Here we are. Welcome everyone to Your Body Wants to Rock, but maybe you don't like to dance. A free Zoom with Karen, Jane Howard, and me, Shauna Teaken. I'm a CF, Certified Facilitator with Access Consciousness, 3-day body class facilitator, and also the worldwide coordinator for Happy Mouth Generative Energetic Dentistry, which is always a mouthful to say. And welcome. Thank you, Karen, for coming on. And just to explain to everyone, the other day, Karen and I were having a bit of a chitty chat about me coming to Melbourne, and we've got a 3-day body class that we're creating and generating. And we had such fun and such a laugh and started to clear so many different things for each other and about bodies and about classes and stuff. That we thought, let's do a Zoom on this. This is kind of too good to waste, and where else can we go with this? So that's really where we are with this. Like, your body is your greatest facilitator. Your body is always trying to give you information, which we interpret as the flu, a cold, psoriasis, a headache, a tiredness, lack of, we interpret it as a whole range of problems or issues when it's actually information your body is trying to give you. So, Karen, what would you...
Yes, so on that note, it's interesting because I've been suffering since I got back from Papua New Guinea, where I was visiting my husband for my 50th birthday, and I came back and I had sort of, runny nose, sore throat, things like that, and I had an awareness that it wasn't the normal sort of cold because particularly my body wanted lots of sugar. But then it sort of turned into an upper respiratory tract infection, and I've just got to the end of my antibiotics, and I realised that my body's reset itself back to where I started because I've got a runny nose again. And I'm like, okay, my body's really trying to talk to me and tell me something, and what is it that I'm not getting? And obviously I haven't asked myself enough questions, and I thought, well, sometimes you do actually require a bit of facilitation. So I thought, well, this is the perfect opportunity.
Okay, so since you're asking, so what is it? What is it that your body would like you to know or to hear?
A couple of things have come up so far, and I don't think it's the complete picture, but one is around detoxing and cleaning up the environment that I'm in. And the other is about talking less, actually, and maybe that means writing more. Like, yeah.
So could it
I think my body wants me to write more.
Your body would like you to write more?
Yeah.
Yeah. So less talking, more listening? Is that what you're saying?
No, it wasn't about listening per se. It was more about communicating without talking. That's kind of the information or the awareness that I got was about, how else can I communicate with people if I don't talk? So rather than because what happened was every time I talked, I was coughing. So I stopped talking, but then I stopped communicating as well.
Okay.
And it was kind of like, oh, actually, maybe it's not about like not communicating at all. It's just not doing it via talking.
Beautiful. So yeah. Is there and this is not that this would apply to anyone else online. Okay. So whoever is asking questions, whoever we're talking with, I always say, how does this apply to me? If something's coming up with a person I'm facilitating, I always run it by me. And I learned that from Dr. Dane here, who said whatever clearing he's doing in a class, he always goes, is there something in that for me? Yeah, okay. I can help myself. I can't destroy it all yourself.
And we recorded your...
Someone's having a conversation there. We need to mute somebody. If you're not muted, can you mute yourself?
Looks like maybe Joan's unmuted.
Can you mute her? I can't see her icon, microphone on.
No, I can't mute her.
Hello, Mother. Can you mute yourself, please? It's my mum. So let's go back to the example of you, Karen. So the first question always is, with anything that's going on with your body, is who does this belong to? And often you'll find that just asking a question changes the energy. You don't need an answer. That could do it. Who does it belong to? Starts to change it. Why? Because that takes you out of owning it as if it's something real and solid in your body. Who does it belong to? The next question is somebody else or something else. So if it's somebody else, you can go, oh, I'm really aware of someone who's got a bad cough at the moment, or a flu. Could be your partner, could be your mum, could be someone you pass by in the street. You go, oh, thanks, body, for giving me that information about somebody else's body. Whew. We can let that go now, return it to sender. If you get, no, it's not somebody else, and you ask something else, then you ask, Earth, is it to do with the Earth? Now, for many, many, many of us, it is about the Earth right now. So we have a thing in Access that we call the 1, 2, 3, which is where we gather up lots of energy with our hands, and on the count of 3, it's almost like throwing thunderbolts. 1, 2, 3, and we contribute whatever energy the Earth requires in that moment, that your body is receiving as information but interpreting as pain or sickness or a bad back or a headache or whatever it is. It's always information. As I always say, your body is like a huge satellite dish who's your whole body, not just your third eye or your, chakras or whatever. Your whole body is your big satellite dish, and it is constantly picking up information, awareness from everyone and everything and the planet and the Earth. Because it is your whole body. The way your body interprets is through feeling, so you will have it as a feeling in your body, as if it's real. Well, it is real, but it's still information. It doesn't mean it's yours. So with this flu thing, I don't know, the flu symptom thing, how many of you have had that or had people in your family with this cough thing, this throat thing that's been going around the last couple of months? You have to ask yourself, here comes a cough. How aware are you? How aware and capable are you of being aware of everything that's going on the planet? At the moment, there is huge change going on. Huge change. Your body is aware of that. You, the being, are aware of that. Part of what came up in the Paris Foundation class was the new material, if you haven't heard about this yet, called the Archimedean spiral. Now, an Archimedean spiral, and it's at one point in this foundation class, and I was in Paris for this class, there were 480 people in the room and another 500 or so online, so 1,000 people virtually watching, participating, contributing. Gary stopped and he perceived, and he told us he was perceiving an energy that looked like a giant spiral that, like hypnotists use, look into this spiral and you are hypnotized. But it was also, I remember this from the 60s, so there you go, my age is showing. There was a TV show called Time Tunnel. And every week these two guys would run and jump into this spinning spiral. It was huge, and it would take them to another time. They were time travelers. And Gary Douglas was perceiving the energy of that and going, wow, I'm seeing this spiral. And someone quickly Googled and said, that's called an Archimedean spiral, Gary. He said, these are all the ways that we have been hypnotized into buying limitation as real. And these Archimedean spirals can be locked into your body as well. So we have an Access 3-day body class process for unlocking the Archimedean spirals locked physically in your body. However, you can start changing things for yourself. Yeah, how do we get so lucky? Right now, but every time a limitation comes up for you, anytime some issue comes up, problem, saying, oh, all the Archimedean spirals locking that into place, I uncreate and destroy them all. right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And what you'll actually be doing is locking in all the things from the past, because if it triggers you now, it belongs in the past, where you bought a point of view as real, you judged something and said it was bad, it was awful, you were bad, you were awful, and it's become a limitation that you are living out every day in your life. What is that as a flu in your body? Well, there's a lot of resistance on the planet right now to change. There's a lot of people saying, no, we liked it how it was before. It's scary. Oh my God, terrorism is terrible. We have to stop it. There's lots of points of view about it's not a safe world. It's dangerous. It's uncomfortable. It's scary. Couldn't we go back to how we had it before? Sadly, no. Change can often be intensely uncomfortable. So it's not so much that you're resisting change, but how aware are you of the resistance to change on a grand scale on the planet right now? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. That can be one layer of it. That may not resonate for you. Another layer of it is, how much are you actually detoxing, not your body, but for the planet? So truth is any symptom, anything that you've got going on in your life right now, you detoxing energies for the planet. Another way of saying that is, are you detoxing from this reality? Are you actually pulling yourself away from how everyone else does things in what I call TikTok time? TikTok time is where you go, I must go to work, I must earn money, I must do all these things. Once you start to pull away from it and go, I don't think so, I think there's something else possible for me, you start to have almost like an addictive withdrawal. It's like you've gone cold turkey. It's like you've gone to the Betty Ford clinic to detox as you pull away from all of that. You may find yourself sitting in front of TV, locked in front of it, entranced by it. Give yourself a break, okay, as long as you're not doing that every day, because it's almost like I want the comfort of it. I want to see people on Home and Away and Neighbours and whatever else you have, Days of Our Drearies. I want to see people doing normal things. I want to have a glass of wine and watch them do normal things. Yeah, I know, but just be aware that you are actually detoxing from it. You are actually drawing away. It's okay to give yourself a little bit, you know, the drip feed, just to keep going. Breathe and take a big breath. I have a question.
I'm actually having a bit of an opposite thing going on. I'm like putting the television on at night and going, I don't want to watch any of this.
Yeah, welcome to my world, hey. True. I watched Lucy again last night. If any of you have seen the movie Lucy, I saw
Fabulous.
it when it came out, and long story short, basically she's forced to be a drug mule. They insert these packets of drugs into her which burst, but the drug is what a pregnant woman releases for her baby as an embryo to grow all the brain synapses. And so she reaches 100% brain capacity over a couple of days, and it's what she becomes capable of as a result of that. Oh my lordy. And I get none of you would be as crazy as me, right? I like it all. Because I'm going, okay, what would it be like to have 100% brain capacity right now? I'm choosing that. I'm choosing that. I go to bed and I didn't sleep a wink last night. And it wasn't like I was upset. It was like I just was not, I couldn't go to sleep. It was like maybe I got another 1% of brain capacity. I don't know. But I was like wide awake. So careful what you ask for. So I have a question from Lisa. How come flu is seasonal? Because we're all told that it's seasonal. We all believe it's seasonal. We have a whole industry devoted to developing flu vaccines, and they advertise, have you had your flu shot yet? Because flu season is coming. And this year, the flu virus is worse than ever. So it's, again, where we're hypnotized into buying into, oh my goodness, if I don't have a flu shot, I might get the flu. And even I've come across people who don't want to have the flu shot, but at their work, it is compulsory that they have it. What do you do with that? Okay. You expand. You ask your body, What would it take for us to have ease with this? You ask your body to run the access body process, elimination or eradication of toxic amalgams. You can just ask for that to turn on and run. So that whatever is going into your body that you may not actually desire to have has the least effect and the greatest contribution. So, Karen, I think I cut you off. You were about to say something before.
No, I was just going to say that with the flu shots, even before access, I had got to the point where I would say, okay, if I've got to have a vaccination or something like that, body, take what you need and just, let go, get rid of any of the rest of it that's not going to serve you.
Yeah.
And it's always seemed to work pretty well for me. And this came about because years ago I had a bad reaction to a vaccination, and I just kind of went, well, I don't want to go through that again. What else could I do? And so I just sort of said, okay, the next time I have a vaccination, I'm just going to ask my body to get rid of anything that it can't use, and it seems to work for me so far. So
actually,
yeah,
that's a brilliant awareness. And I've heard Gary say some people do choose to have chemo or radiation for a cancer, and that's what they're choosing. It's not a wrongness, and if that's what your body requires, it's not a wrongness. However, you can assist the body, because us very aware beings, and we call ourselves humanoids in access consciousness, which is not a judgment. It's just to say it's like there's two species on the planet at the moment. There's humans and what we call humanoids, and he could have chosen another word for that. It's just a word. The humanoids are the people who are the creators. We love change. We love to invent. We are a bit like horses in a field. We like to run and jump and play. And we can do just about anything. We're master of all trades and jack of none. We're often accused of being inconsistent or never finishing things, but it's too boring for us to keep going and do a 4-year degree mostly. The thing is that for humanoids, most medicines, anesthetics, vaccines and all of that have been tested on humans and are designed for human bodies, and we react really differently to them. Really, really different. And if you have that awareness, you can ask your body, just take what you need, body, and leave the rest or dissipate the rest with ease. And Gary was talking about someone who was having chemotherapy and how nauseated, and often the after effects or the side effects of the chemo are really, really, really intense. And he said for this person to simply put their hand on the shoulder of the person receiving the chemo, and as you did, ask their body, just take the amount that you require, because usually they'll give you far more radiation or chemo than you actually require, far more doses. And just ask the body, because bodies, here's the thing, when you put your hands on a body and do what we call a healing or run a body process, me as the practitioner, I'm not actually healing that person's body. I'm not putting any of my energy in to make a change. I'm simply reminding your body softly and gently, hey body, zero sum of trauma, that's the name of the process, MTVSS. And the body goes, oh, I know that one. Whew. And I'm saying, turn on and run it. And while I keep my hands here, keep running it. That's the gift of the access body processes. You never become the guru. You never become the come forth and I shall heal you, my child. It's always about, sure, I'll put my hands on you for an hour and a half and ask these body processes to turn on and run. Oh, and by the way, while I'm doing that, they'll be running in my body. How's it get any better than that? And like we've got 50 or 60 of these in the 3-day body class manual. And then there's the advanced body manual. There's a body process for everything you can possibly think of and a lot that you couldn't possibly have thought of. Phew. So, does anyone have a question so far? Because I will rabbit on unless you stop me. No, I'm having... Okay, Karen, go, go, go.
Okay, so one of the things we talked about the other day, which I thought might be worth bringing up if people didn't have questions, is the whole thing about bodies and money, that it's actually the because humanoids don't tend to really want money. You know, they tend to be more about their internal world. Well, I certainly am anyway. But bodies actually require money. And so I was wondering if you could talk a little bit to that.
Yes, because, you know, money is a really poor motivator for most of us. We couldn't give a flying rip. We'll do what we have to do to pay the rent and make ends meet, but we always say, you can't buy me with money. And it's true, it's not a great motivator for us. However, money is about the body. Why is that? Well, you, the infinite being, don't need clothes. You, the infinite being, don't need to eat. You don't need to go to the pictures, the movies. You don't need a house. You don't need a car. But your body enjoys all of those things and requires to eat and sleep and have a partner and have sex. And so the body is about money, or money is about the body. Here's this really simple thing that when I tell it to you, you'll go, oh, yeah, right. The more enthusiastic and happy you and your lovely body are, the more easily money can flow to you. That sounds just infuriatingly simple, doesn't it? You might want to cut my head off right now. However,
how did you know?
easy for you to say, Shauna. Right. So, it's true. My motto is, if it's not fun, why do it? And there's always things that you have to do in your day, right? You might have to do the washing up or hang the washing out or clean the toilet or whatever it is. The trick is, okay, how do I find a way to make this fun? For me, in times gone by when I haven't had a lot of money and I had the rent to pay or my mortgage to keep up and my daughter to keep in school and blah, 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 I just went out cleaning houses. And I love being a domestic house cleaner, especially when the people would just give me the key and let me go into their house when they weren't there, because I didn't have to talk to them. Because I'd take my music, my own music. I would wear clothes as if I was going to the gym for a workout, and I'd play the music I love while I'm cleaning their house. They loved me because, you know, just like you, when you do cleaning and you're happy and you're singing, they come home and go, oh, my God, my house feels amazing, because you're actually changing the energy. Here's the other thing. Every time your body is moving, it creates a vibration of joy. Your body truly is like a champion racehorse. It is just chomping at the bit, waiting to race, because horses love to race. They love to run. You know, if you're betting on the races, they always say, bet on the horse that loves to run the most, because that's the winner. If you were to start thinking of your body as a champion racehorse, or just a wild horse, we call them brumbies in Australia. I don't know what you call them in the US, but mustangs or something like that. Would you then start feeding it and treating it differently, your body? Because if you cage up a horse or any other wild animal, and you are a wild animal, girls and boys, caged up energy in your body will manifest, actualize, show up as irritability, depression, tiredness, shitty money flows, shitty relationships. So the next time you feel over everything, the next time you feel irritable, sad, depressed, feel, you have to ask, oh, am I actually not moving enough? Yes. Does that mean you have to go out and buy expensive exercise clothes? No. Go for a walk. I love walking because no one knows you're exercising. You could be walking to the post office. It's kind of like being a secret agent. Like, no one knows what you're really doing. You're going out to buy a pint of milk. Actually, you're a champion racehorse, you know? Yes. I have some questions which I have to put my glasses on to read. I'm so sorry. From Lisa. Yes, I have a question. I keep creating pain, brain fog, and intensity in my body. I'm asking questions, yet I haven't got clarity, and I'm not responding to meds like I used to. I have 2 kidlets. So it's difficult to sleep when required. I'm required to do stuff like domestic and prepare for court. Contributions, please. Okay, let's start from the top. I keep creating pain, brain fog, and intensity in my body. So, Lisa, if it's okay, can I ask you some questions? And I'm going to take it that that's a yes, because unless you're online and you want to unmute yourself. Lisa, okay.
Lisa, you haven't unmuted yourself. Can you unmute yourself?
Maybe I can. There she is. Hey,
Hi.
Lisa, how you doing?
Not too bad. I'm just going to go into the other room that doesn't have Dora the Explorer on.
Oh, I love Dora the Explorer. Okay, thank you for these questions.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Sorry about the lighting. Yes.
No. Cool. So pain, brain fog, and intensity. So
Yeah.
does any of that belong to you? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, okay. That was easy. So, in other words, would you be willing to acknowledge that you're super, super aware?
Yes.
And the more of this clearing stuff you do, the more of this access, the more asking questions you do, the more, I hate to tell you, everybody, the more aware you will become and the more intense things will become.
Yay.
Yay! But we live in a reality that's totally devoted to subduing all intensity, whatever. Because everyone has judged intensity as too much, too painful, too hard, too uncomfortable, too sticky, too young. And actually...
So my kids have come to join.
No, what a great contribution they be. So how much are your children actually contributing to you in every moment? Tons.
Oh.
Contributing to all of us as well. And everything does allow us all to receive that. Let's uncreate and destroy it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and girls.
I should add, Mr. I like to tell Mummy that there's portals around. That's Skilly as well. I don't know. Can you see him?
Oh, the dog? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So
he's 15.
He's what? 15?
15.
Yeah. How cool is that? Okay. So what is your favourite creative outlet?
Painting.
Painting. Can you paint with the kids? Can you just do big messy finger painting out in the grass or in the garage?
I've just managed to clear my garage because it was filled with their dad's stuff. And so I'm just in the process of finding where he hid all my paints because he was such a contribution.
Yes.
And yeah, setting up so that I can do painting and drawing and actually that's what I've not been doing. I've not been doing anything creative.
Yeah, because I personally have found, and I see if this resonates with the rest of you, when I'm not channeling, flowing, using my creativity, I become like a volcano and it's not nice to be around me. I can become, I can become really shirty or shitty, resentful, nasty, mean. And if I actually, what is this energy? Oh my God, it's blocked creativity. It's like needing to go to the toilet. You haven't been for a while. It's blocked creative energy. So it doesn't allow everyone that's online to actually find a way, maybe you already know what it is, to get that creativity flowing. Can you uncreate and destroy it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And I bet, just like Lisa, you do actually know what one of the creative things is that you love doing. Another thing can just be, and you're so lucky with children because it allows you to be uninhibited and no one judges you. If you go out to a park on your own and run around like a mad thing or chase seagulls, people go, oh, that poor woman, look at her. But if you do it with children, they go, look at that mum, isn't she great? So having kids allows you to be really stupid and wonderful and sing in public, whereas if you did that on your own, you're a loony. If you do it with your children, you're a wonderful mother. So do you get to have your bars run very often?
No.
Maybe you knew. He answered or she answered for you. Okay, so do you run their bars?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I only she doesn't stay still a lot, but I run Jordan's bars, but he sometimes will block me depending how much time he has with his father. And he'll let me do the implant band.
Brilliant. And you know, with kids, it's almost like a sample session. With a tiny child like that, you could just do 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like you just ran through all the points a second each. They're so fast with receiving bars, but your body is going to be receiving. And then the energy that you want to be while you're doing the things that you have to do, and this is for everyone online, is right now, take a deep breath. Breathe out with a big sigh. Taking a breath reminds you have a body. Open up the top of your head. Pull energy through the top of your head. Right down, whoosh, out your feet into the ground, into the earth, into the floor, down to the center of the planet. And this is the same as doing an energy pull for someone who's on the table, you're about to run their bars. You can do an energy pull on yourself. Pull more energy through the top of your head, through your body, down into the earth. Now pull energy up from the earth at the same time, up through the soles of your feet. Pretend I'm tickling the energy. Tickle the soles of your feet, pull energy up through your legs, through your hips, through your tummy, through your chest, up and out the top of your head, down your arms, out your hands. Pull, 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 more, tsunami, tsunami, tsunami. Now, broadband it and expand out. If you saw yourself as sitting in a column of energy, just take the column out and make it as big as the earth. Yep, make the energy like a hose that's hosing out everything that's stuck. We're getting a good hose out. If you will be or do this every time it comes into your awareness, while you're doing the dishes, while you're sweeping up, clearing, your body gets into this vibey place that nothing can stop it. This is actually you, that expanded space. The contracted space is not you.
Okay.
When you say your meds are not working like they used to, what do you mean?
So 11 years ago, I had an accident where I developed, or they diagnosed me with a neuropathic pain syndrome.
Yep.
I came into Access about 2 years ago, and I've managed to get off most of the medications. But like for this week, for instance, I've had a pain attack which I have not had, I don't know for how long, where it just stopped me dead in my feet. And today, like, just walking and moving is really difficult. And it's usually, like, I mean, I have been in pain for 11 years, like, nonstop. Whereas the last few years, and especially after I left their dad, everything just got a lot better.
Okay.
But, yeah.
When you go through another one of those, you know, life is like a series of waves of rises and falls and peaks and stuff. When you go through another level of discomfort and intensity, the important thing is not to go, oh my God, I've gone backwards. It's to go, wow, something new's on the boil here. I'm about to hit a new big surf, you know, a big ride, the wild surf. So that intensity you said over the last few days or 11 days or whatever, truth, is that yours, somebody else's, or something else's?
Somebody else's.
Okay.
So I've got an increase of us holiness, if you want to put it any other way. So I must be doing something really, really good, but yeah, I've just got like increased people threatening me and doing all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff.
Yep, that's where you go, wow, woohoo, thank you, universe, because the more people are judging you, the more people are throwing at you, you're becoming one potent mofo. Well, you actually already are a more potent mofo, but it's becoming more obvious. So you go ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. That's the cash register ringing.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. This is exactly, everyone, this is exactly what you've been asking for. Every time you go, what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to blah, 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 you're asking the universe to show you where your limitations are and how to bust on through. Your job is to stay in the question, let the universe do its business, let your universe actualize all that for you. Just go, wow, what else is possible here? Breathe, expand. And I don't know if you guys do that that energy ball thing where every morning you pull energy for yourself? Maybe we'll do that before we finish today. And then you'll have it on your recording, and it's easier to play someone else talking it to you than it is to find the book and you know, read it and do it for yourself. So, Lisa, I would say to you, gold star for you, hippopotamus stamp. Keep going, because, yeah, woohoo! Clearly, whatever you're doing is working, and stay in the question. You know, if this is like one of those quiz shows, phone a friend. What are you going to do now? I think I'll phone a friend. Phone a friend, find someone, bribe someone, guilt someone into running your bars, or if you can't get your bars run theirs. You know?
Yep.
Mum and I, Joan, who's online, for the last 5 years, the way we get our bars run is we hold bar swaps at our house, or at Mum's house actually, 3 times a week. And no matter what, people are coming. So, and if they don't come, we swap bars together. So team up with a friend and set up a bars gift and receive. It's a great way to make some extra cash, but it's a fabulous way to make sure you always get your bars run.
Yep. Yep. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah, how amazing are your kids, hey? Because everything we've been talking about, they've been responding. So, thank you. And now I've got a question from Brenda. I'm still learning to be aware of what my body is trying to tell me. Any tricks? Yeah, I got lots of tricks, Brenda. Your body will often speak to you in puns. Bodies have a great sense of humour. And they're also very specific. So you have to learn to get really, really, really specific with your body. Like saying to your body, oh, you've got this rumbling feeling in your tummy, and you go, oh, so body, are you hungry? And your body goes, yes, so you immediately eat. You missed a step there. The next step after body, are you hungry? Your body says yes, is, and do you require to eat? And then you get a yes or no. No. Oh, because bodies actually love the sensation that we call hunger. Hunger, what we call hunger, is energy moving in your body. I don't know if you've noticed when you start to run someone's bars or running a body process on them, often their tummy will start going blah, 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 and they go, oh, excuse me. You go, no, that's actually energy starting to move in the body. Maybe it's been stagnant all day, or maybe it's been stagnant for years, who knows? So hunger is energy moving in the body. The next question to ask is, body, okay, are you hungry? Yes. Do you require to eat? No. Do you require to drink? Yes. So you don't just immediately reach for a coffee, a tea. You go, okay, is it water? No. Is it tea? No. Is it coffee? No. Okay. Is it a gin and tonic? It could be a yes. Who knows? But it's to keep going with your questions. Body, what do you require? My favorite question is it a supplement? Yes. Oh, vitamin? No. Mineral? Okay. Mineral powder? You can be really, really, really specific. And I can bet you, if you think do you use the yes/no thing, Brenda? Let me unmute you.
Hi everyone. I am certainly learning about the yes/no.
Yeah.
And I still very much get confused, and particularly around eating. I will often say or think afterwards, well, that was obviously the wrong thing to do. I didn't need that, because I am becoming more aware of how I'm feeling.
Ease up on yourself, everyone. Gosh, you don't have to be in the Olympics of, I got it right, yes, gold medal for me. The yes/no thing, you know, where you stand up with your feet together and you ask your body, truth body, and you hold the thing in front of you and go, do you require this chocolate right now? That's kindergarten. That's how we get ourselves going with it. But I can bet that just everyone that's online right now, I mean, we've got 120 people registered for this call. Most of you have almost instantaneously had the awareness, the perception of what your body required. But then you try to slow it down and make it more obvious and prove it and do it again. You've already had the awareness. You probably had the awareness before you even asked the question. If it's popped into your head and you're sitting working and you get, oh, I'm going to go into the kitchen and get a drink, that may well be an awareness you've already had without going, hang on a minute, let me stand up and ask my body, what truth do you need to drink? So I ask you, Brenda, truth, are you actually...
So could it be more about building a trust with my body?
Could it be, I missed that, sorry?
I just wondered could it be more about maybe building up a trust with my body, because I'm always questioning it maybe.
Well, I don't know. What do you know? Truth, is that what's actually going on?
I wonder if I'm always trying to get it right. And so it's more about being right.
Surely not.
And
Surely not.
Exactly. And so possibly taking it out on my body.
Well, you know what? I would never do that.
Because I'm second guessing all the time. Possibly.
I think
many times.
Yeah, well, I suspect that you and your body are really great facilitators, as you've just shown us all. Yeah. So, you know, pock and pod, pock and pod, pock and pod. You're frozen there. I don't know if you can still hear me. But everywhere that anyone online is not trusting themselves, you know, doubt is a distractor implant. I don't know if you know what a distractor implant is, but it's trying to distract you from what's actually going on. Doubt is not real. So every time you doubt yourself, you go, ha, that's cute. Distractor implant, pock and pod, pock and pod.
Can I pop in here?
Please do.
Crystal Crawford was talking actually the other day about trust, because it came up at BenCap apparently. And in actual fact, trust in yourself, there's actually a lot of conclusion in trusting yourself. And Gary was talking about how really it's always comes down to choice and awareness.
In every moment.
In every moment. And so, you know, how much are you perhaps not acknowledging, you know, your capacities? And, you know, so maybe it's not so much about trust as in just acknowledgement that you can do this.
Thank you. I love that. And for you, Brenda, it's like, okay, oops, I shouldn't have eaten that last piece of chocolate cake and you've got indigestion all night long. You know, of course, I would never do something like that. And then you go, oh, okay, next time I might choose different. It's just a choice. It's just a choice. And thank you, Karen, because I think if we get over this whole I've got to get it right thing, I've got to get it right. No, you don't. No, you don't. Fresh 10 seconds. Fresh 10 seconds. And remember, how your body appears to you right now, that's not actually what you look like. And yet, according to what we see in the mirror, is how we then go ahead and create our bodies for the rest of the day. According to whether you feel, you know, like you look fat today or thin today or great today or old today, determines what you're going to choose for the rest of the day. Oh, I better eat a different lunch, or I better not eat at all today according to what I saw. Oh, I'm looking pretty good. I'm going to, you know. Everywhere that you've been using the mirror as the source of creation for your body, will you uncreate and destroy that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. The image, get that? What you see in the mirror is an image. It is not you. It is a reflected image of you. It is made up of all of your past. What you see in the mirror is your past. It is not your future. However, we create our future from it by saying, oh my goodness, don't I look whatever today? Oh my goodness, there's a new line. Oh my goodness, there's blah, 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 blah. Your body is like the genie in the bottle. You know, I dream of genie and all those genie things. What does a genie do? A genie says, yes, mistress, it shall be so. Whatever you say, your body's job is to create that for you. So if you say, oh my God, another wrinkle, oh my God, another pound, oh my God, another kilo, your body goes, your wish is my command, and it creates more of that. Who knew that? Who knew that your body was the genie in the bottle? But once you know that, you can go, hello, beautiful, to your body. Hello, gorgeous. Because actually, and that's my funny way of illustrating the genie and your body, but actually what's occurring in quantum physics is when you say something, the molecules around you are listening. And they start to vibrate with all the other molecules into the future. So that when you get there, you meet that vibration of, oh my God, I'm looking old. You're going to meet that when you get there. So the thing is, if you ask questions, it changes the energy and it vibrates the molecules differently. When you ask a question, the molecules vibrate with possibilities. So anything can show up that you'd like to have, not just what you don't want to have. How cute is that? I have to put my glasses on to read the other questions. Oh, Brenda, does that answer, or have you got about the tricks? Yes, good, thumbs up. Jackie, I've been asking my body to assist me find joyful work that pays really well so that I can provide it all the yumness it desires. Joyful, well-paid work hasn't showed up. Can I suggest, or can I ask, Jackie, where are you?
Yep, I'm here.
Yes. Let me see your lovely face. Where are you? Hang on, I've just got to go across. There you are. Hi, Jackie.
Hello.
There wouldn't be any conclusion in that, would there? Joyful, well-paid work. You're asking, I'm simply going to suggest what might be created if you just ask for. See, I wouldn't ask my body to find something. I'd ask my body to pull it in or contribute.
Yeah.
I would do energy pulls for, like put an energy ball out in front and go, I just like a job that's fun. I love going there and it's different every day and lots of money shows up. I get paid really well. It's more of a lightness of, so all the conclusions that you have that it has to be joyful, it has to be well paid, and you have to find it. Can you uncreate and destroy all of that, please?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Truth, what is it that you love doing?
I love interacting with people and I love movement. And it's funny because I did Uber driving. Yep. There was a lot of movement, but I was sitting on my ass. And there was the people interaction. And I really enjoyed that. It was really, really hard to create good money from it. Yeah. So that, yeah, interaction, yeah, where I could just, like, we'd have amazing conversations, you know, and they had a great trip and I had a great trip and I'd be laughing after it most of the time. And yeah.
So when you say it was really hard to create good money from it, what was the limitation in that?
I'd be working 12 hours for maybe $200. So yeah.
Okay. Do you actually? Okay. And everyone that's online, do you actually, and as well as Jackie, do you actually ask for the amount that you require each month? Ask the universe. So you know that thing of you add up. Okay, it's not a budget. You just add up everything that all of your utility bills, your rent, your mortgage, whatever it is, all the things that you need to pay each month, then how much you would need to have a nice life, you know, go out for dinner or go to the pictures, get new clothes, have haircuts, put it all up into a sum of money, not what you require as a bare minimum just to survive, okay? This is how much you need coming in each month to have a nice life. And then put 10% on top of that because that's going to be your 10% money, and we can talk about that in a second. And then you say, universe, what energy, space and consciousness can I be to have my $35,000 a month show up, or my 20,000 or my 10,000 or 5,000, whatever it is. And everything doesn't allow that. I uncreate, destroy it all, right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all mine, shots, boys and beyond. Universe, where's my 20 grand this month? Money come, money come, money come. Can I have the money now, please? Can I have the money now, please? Can I have the money now, please? Because unless you put a figure on it and ask for it, it's really hard for the universe to give it to you.
Yeah, and that's where a lot of judgment then comes in, because because right now I'm going, yeah, sure. How the hell have I got to get 20 grand a month?
You're not. You're not. That's the whole thing. You're not. You're going to ask for it, and it's the universe's job to present you with the possibilities that will allow that to show up. And the way the universe works is it throws you a breadcrumb, and you go, oh, gosh, that looks interesting. Oh, no, that's not for me. But that was a little lure to get you to follow an energy to this, pick up another breadcrumb, move in that way. When you say,
and that's where I go where Brenda went to, I have to get it right. Is this breadcrumb the right breadcrumb? Or
definitely do that, because that leads absolutely, you'll just still be sitting at home waiting for that pot of gold to arrive on the doorstep. And it might, and wouldn't that be amazing, and how's it getting better than that? However, you do actually have to take action steps. And I'm really, like, if everyone that's listening on this call would actually do that, that is one simple thing that I found more powerful than anything else, because the money will come in the weirdest possible ways, and you'll be presented with possibilities and you'll go, oh, I couldn't possibly do that. And you think, who cares? I'm going to do it anyway. That's how I ended up being the worldwide coordinator for Happy Mouth, because I told Dr. Tom Koslow what he needed, like in about a 6-page thing, and he said, well, how about why don't you do it then? I went, oh, I couldn't, I don't know how. Oh, I thought, oh, don't say that. Yep, I'm doing it. I'll find other people who'll help me.
Right.
That's how it's going to show up, and it does. And in the process, when you ask what energy, space, and consciousness can I be, the universe is going to show you where you're sticking yourself, where you're limiting yourself, because you've asked to be told. You're actually saying, give me information about why I can't have what I'd like to have, and it becomes very obvious.
That's good, because the stuff that's hidden. So it will show up.
Will it? Do you want me to write you a guarantee?
Actually, yes.
And remember, it won't necessarily show up the way you thought it would. Because I'm picturing the story of, how bars came into being. So Gary kind of went, I want this energy. And somebody said, do you want to come a reading for a massage therapist? And he could have easily gone, well, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
And yet he went, all the energy matches. Okay, whatever this is, I'll choose it. So, what if it's going to show up in some way that you can't imagine, and that you wanting to be right is just going to cut off all your possibilities?
Yeah. And don't run that, what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to be out of form, structure, control, concentricity, and linearity for all eternity. Don't run that. I've run that non-stop for a long time, because I'm a control freak of magnitude, but I'm sure no one else is. And the other part of that story with Gary in the bars is he left that session, I think it was in New York, went out to a cafe or whatever and thought, well, that was that, and got the knock on the head that said, you dummy, this is a whole system that you could teach to a whole lot of other people, because he just concluded that those points were just for that one man.
Right.
He made a conclusion, oh, well, there you go, that was fun. But that's where the bars came from, that one session that he was ready to dismiss. And then my top secret thing is that I get people to write down at least 10, if not 20 things you love doing as a child, as a clue or a little reminder that there are things that you find joy in, that if you actually indulge them more, It doesn't mean you have to make a business out of, I used to think, oh, well, how can I make a business out of collecting seashells along the seashore because that's what I most love doing. No, 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 no. Doing the things that you truly have joyous, simple pleasure in creates, if you like, a vibration of enthusiasm and joy that pulls stuff into your world. You know, when people say, do what you love and the money will follow. Well, that's kind of true, but it's more like doing all the things that bring joy to your physical body, whether it's just running along the beach or sitting in your garden having a cup of tea, creates this space where the universe can actually give you stuff, gift it to you.
Yep. And that's interesting you say that, because I've just been asking recently with the situation I'm in, it's like, okay, so it's not the ideal situation, but what can I do that's joyful outside of that situation that will make my life like joyful? And thank you for mentioning that joy, because it is the joy of the body, and then that's how the body will contribute.
Yeah.
Through that. Yeah.
And you know, we hate to use the C word, and I'm a lady, I never use the C word. It's just not the done thing. But unless you're willing to have some commitment, the C word is, oh my God, what? I thought we just followed the energy. Well, if you wait to, for example, wake up in the morning and really have a burning desire to go for a walk or a run or go to the gym, you might be waiting a really long time. I'm just going to follow the energy. Okay, have fun with that. However, if you go, I'm choosing it, I'm going, oh, it's a little bit cold and rainy, I'm going. You have the commitment that you go, and after, you know, whatever it is, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, you can't wait to get out of bed and go. You don't go on your feelings. Oh, it doesn't feel right. The feelings have got nothing to do with it. If you've asked the energy, will it be a contribution if I do this, and you get a yes, your feelings have got nothing to do with it. They've got no validity whatsoever. Oh, it didn't feel right to me. Oh, I felt sick when I thought about it. So what? Will it be a contribution? Yes. Then you put your shoes on and you go. I had this regular bars person. A person would come for a bar session every week, and one morning he was coming. I thought, oh, I so don't want to see this guy today. I so don't want to have to do this. Blah blah blah. Ask the question: if I see him, will it be a contribution to me? Yes. Oh, okay. So I saw him. Of course, if you run someone's bars, you feel a million times better afterwards anyway. But in the little conversation that we had after we sat down and had a cup of tea, this was about 10 years ago, I was moaning about the fact that I had a dreadful website. I couldn't afford to get a new one. And he said, listen, I love having my bars run. How about we swap bars sessions and I'll get my website dude to build you a new website? I went, wow, okay, cool. And I didn't want to see him that day. If I'd followed my feelings.
Yeah.
So pod and pock, every time a feeling comes up. How much are your feelings limiting everything? If you're waiting till it feels right or you get a click, run a mile. Because the click is, I'll just know when I meet the right person, we'll just click. Run a mile, because that means that's based on something you had before in the past that you want again, so you'll feel comfortable. You don't want to recreate the past.
I do that with jobs.
With what?
With work. I do that with work.
Oh, well, there you go.
I have an idea of what it should be based on the past, and I'm waiting for that fit. Oh.
Yeah. Well, have fun with that then.
Yeah, no, not working.
No, it won't work. You see how the universe always has your back? It ain't going to give you that, and your body isn't going to allow that either. And you've asked your body to pull that in or to make that happen, and your body's gone, not doing anything.
So what's right about this that I'm not getting?
Yeah. And what awareness is it actually pushing you to have? What greater awareness? And you know that thing I said about the 10 things that you love doing as a child, it's quite probable that in there is one of those things that you do so easily that other people can't do, that they would pay you tons of money for. I mean, it could be a ridiculous thing to you, really, but people will pay money for. And the other great thing is you have already in your hands, if you're a bars practitioner or an access body process practitioner, facilitator, whatever, trade sessions for stuff that you require or desire. Why not? If you charge $100 or $150 for a bar session because you get the value of it, that can be a wonderful trade medium. It's like money.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
amazing to people who value it.
Yes.
So, yes, get cracking on asking for what you'd actually like to have, money terms specific.
Yep.
The job, you can be more kind of general and energetic and just, I want a job that I enjoy. I love going to it every day and it brings me lots of money. You don't have to say in an office with 10 people. You can be quite broad with that, but be specific with, and allow that the money might come from 10 different other sources.
Yep.
May not just come from a job. Yeah, cool.
Great.
And
Great conversation.
oh, you're welcome. Somebody else got a question? Karen? What do you got?
I was actually just wondering whether Megan wanted to ask a question, because I saw that she had her hand up and she was getting closer to the thing. Have you got a question? No? She's too scared, I think. Well, I'm actually thinking it's been an hour, whether maybe now's the time to do the energy pool exercise with us.
Good idea. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Because I think I might have put a time limit of an hour and a half on the actual Zoom. So
oh, okay.
I'd never just have an hour because I could just yak on forever and you get.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm sure I can think of something else to ask you.
Well, okay, let's
because Jackie did also ask about receiving. So I wonder whether we should talk a bit about that.
Well, receiving is not like, I don't know if you've heard of the white cargo cult, which was in lots of like indigenous societies where white men had come and then they thought they would come back and they were gods dropping wonderful gifts from the sky. Receiving is not where God's going to drop something from the sky into your lap one day. What do I mean by that? Receiving is not something coming from outside to you. Energy definitely does, and you can pull energy towards you and through you. But receiving, what if receiving is actually expanding outwards? You expanding outwards. Just saying, would you be willing to expand? What if that's receiving? Would you be willing to receive you? Now, does that mean you're out there and you're going to walk in towards you? No, you're already here. How do you know you're already here? Well, you're alive, you're walking and talking, and your eyes open, you're already here. Would you be willing to receive the contribution your body wishes and desires to be to you, for you? Anything that doesn't allow that, will you uncreate and destroy it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. When we say it's an ask and you shall receive universe, you are already receiving everything you've been asking for. Does that make you want to ask more questions? Absolutely. Or different questions. You are already are receiving everything you've asked for. But maybe you need to change the questions up a bit. Maybe you need to ask for more. Have you been asking for enough? And if you haven't got everything you'd like to have, then the answer to that is no, I haven't been asking for enough.
Shauna, that actually brought up something in my universe about, we shouldn't ask for too much. Like when you were a kid and you wanted more cake or a bigger piece of cake or whatever, and you were told, don't be that, ask that, it's rude.
Yes.
So...
Well, that's basically the Christian ethic, and whether or not you're a Christian, it doesn't matter. For the last 2,000 years, we've had a Christian ethic-based society, which is based on don't eat more than your share, don't take more than your share, because that would take something away from somebody else. And that's the whole penurious reality, or the whole poverty reality, is that, that's so greedy. If you take more, then there's not enough to go around for everyone, which is based on lack, which is you're an infinite being. There's no such thing as lack for you. So everything that brings up, will you uncreate and destroy it all, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds, and all the Archimedean spirals and relational digitizations to do with that. Will you uncreate and destroy it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad,
Yes.
pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And everywhere that you've promised to be a good girl or a good boy or a good Christian or a good Muslim or a good Jew or whatever the good thing it is you are, a good son, a good daughter, will you uncreate and destroy all that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Everywhere that you're a member of the Clean Plate Club, where you had to eat everything on your plate because otherwise your mum would get angry, or you couldn't have dessert, or you would be dishonouring your family, or you'd be dishonouring God, or oh my God, will you?
Or this, the starving children in Africa.
Yeah, right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And here's the other thing. Then we're taught to ask the universe for what we'd like. And if something shows up, then you think, well, I can't say no to this because the universe then will reject me and it won't give me any more. Or if I say yes to this, maybe I'm using up all my luck and I won't get any more. So it's like you're trapped in this, it's not quite what I asked for, but I can't say no because I'd be pod and poc, pod and poc, pod and poc. That all belongs in some metaphysical, spiritual lie, hypnotic lie, Archimedean spiral that if you start looking at it, it'll just draw you in. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. It doesn't work that way. The universe doesn't have feelings. You can't hurt the universe's feelings. It actually doesn't have a point of view. Even though you can say, dear universe, I love you, the universe doesn't do love. Love is conditional. The universe doesn't give to you when you're being good. There's a whole lot of awfully nasty, bad people out there who've got tons of money. The universe doesn't have a point of view. It's not a fair world. So if you're waiting for it to be a fair world, get over it. It doesn't work that way. Or everything that brings up, it's not fair. What about me? Pod and poc, pod and poc, pod and poc. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. If you get the way that the universe operates, and if you've done the Access Foundation class, in there we teach you about the energy flows. If you will master the energy flows and use them, which is asking questions, pulling energy, flowing energy, everything changes. One of the major things that I like to gift, I suppose, in a 3-day body class is we spend that 3 days together, and that is the possibility for you to really get to know your body, to really be able to hear what your body is trying to tell you, facilitate you to gift you with. Your body is actually attempting to facilitate you to joy, sexualness, which is the natural energy of nature. Healing, generative, laughing, funny, joyful, juicy. It's not all about sex, but if you would like it to be, how's it getting any better than that? When we say sexualness, we're talking about sun on your skin, wind in your hair, enjoying a glass of champagne, or being with your cat or your loved one, whatever it is. So that 3 days of a 3-day body class, something magical happens. There's something about the 3 days, and what you may not realize is, I'm telling a little secret here, in that class, you don't get to choose for your body, what body processes. I put you with a partner. I choose your partner. Oh, you're going to hate me. And your partner is going to ask your body what your body requires. Now, the brilliant thing about that is for both of you, that means you're going to learn how to ask another body what it requires. Guess what the hidden agenda there is? It's to teach you how to ask your body what it requires with no point of view. Because when you're asking for another person's body, you don't have a point of view. You're just telling them, well, this is what your body's asked for. So that's one of the little hidden secrets of an Access 3-day body class. What did you ask me, Karen? I've totally lost the plot now. The energy pool.
Yeah, no, I've happily lost the plot as well, I think.
Okay. Let's
just keep moving on.
Okay, so for everyone, this is what Gary recommends we do every morning. If you've done the COP class, which used to be called Levels 2 and 3, it's in that class. And many of us do this as like a guided kind of a meditation. You can do it for yourself. I've actually spoken it into my digital recorder, so I have a recording of my own voice. You can do it for yourself, but here it will be for you to be able to use. You can close your eyes or not, whatever's comfy for you. You're going to take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out with a big sigh. And another breath in. Allow earth energy to come into your body, up through your feet, to your knees, through your hips, your back, your tummy, your chest. Earth energy is very healing, it's soothing, it's nurturing, it's generative, it's sexualness. If there's any part of your body that's locked up or can't receive, just flow the energy in anyway. Oh well. Up and out the top of your head, down your arms, out your hands. Pull energy from way out in front of you. And energy is just energy. You can pull energy from me. You can pull energy from the trees, the earth, the sky, the buildings, people. The more energy you pull from people, the more it energizes them. It doesn't steal their private stash of energy. When you pull energy from me, I have to open up and let fresh energy pour through me to you, and it creates a connection between us. And of course it's a choice. I could refuse, you could refuse. People are refusing all the time. Oh well. So pull energy really dynamically from me to you and through you. Because everywhere that you've made your body a stopping point for energy when it actually isn't a stopping point, energy should just flow through you and out the back. And I can pull energy from you to me and through me. And you can pull energy from behind you, from everywhere in the universe, through the back of you, out the front of you. You could pull it from above, from the side. So it's like you in the middle of all these amazing streams of energy. They light up every cell. They energize all the cells of your body. Now get the energy of what it would be like to have something you do every day that you are enthusiastic about. You just can't wait to get up in the morning and get going, just like a kid on school holidays. You can't wait to get out of bed. And that's something that you get to do every day, and it might be different every day, and it's with people you actually like being with. Get the energy of what it would be like if you woke up tomorrow morning and there was $100 million in your bank account. And you knew that it was just going to renew every year on the 1st of January. Get the energy of that. And you could just, pay any bills, pay off any debts. With $100 million, you could pay off your family's debts if that's what you'd like to do, and buy them all a house or whatever. And then when you're done after about 3 weeks with spending all the money and buying all the stuff, then you go, what would I like to create? What would you like to create if you just had complete choice? Get the energy of that. Woohoo, you could buy an island with that. You could buy a forest and keep it beautiful. You could buy a forest that had been depleted, or a piece of land that had been depleted, and bring it back to life with fresh trees. You could, imagine all the things you could do. And get the energy of you as a miracle. And all the lifetimes where you've been a miracle walking and you've done miraculous things. Get the energy of that. You are actually a miracle walking. And whatever each day has in it, you are the energy of a miracle walking. Now pull energy from everywhere in the universe. Pull, 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 pull. If you like, you can have that lovely life that you would like to have out in front of you. Sometimes we call that the energy ball. Pull energy into that from everywhere in the universe and everyone in the universe. And then as the energy builds, send out little streamers or tentacles of the energy. And the streamers go out and touch people. And you may not know these people. And these are all the people that can contribute to that. And it's like they've got a whiff of a perfume that's you. And anytime they encounter something that is that whiff of the perfume of you, they contribute to you and they're drawn to you. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, you can open your eyes if you've got them closed and stay in that expanded energy of the walking miracle. There you go. You and your body together with the earth have no problems. If you'll connect your energy with the earth, pull energy from the earth, contribute energy to the earth, you and your lovely body, the infinite being, the body and the earth, oh my goodness. Then it's just up to you what you would like to create. What would you like to create? What would be fun for you? Maybe no one has ever asked you, what would you like to create? If you had complete choice, what would you like to be, do, have, create? And here's the thing, you do have complete choice. And it's not about one day when I've got enough money or I have to make enough money. No, 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 no. Choose, then the money shows up later. The world is filled with multi-millionaires who have no idea what they could do with their money, but they'd like to do something. How many of them, not just one, how many of them would love to meet someone like you with enthusiasm and joy and awareness and energy and go, oh my goodness, oh, yes, come on, let's buy a forest. Come on, let's buy an island. Oh, come on, let's start an orphanage in Tibet or whatever it is you'd like to do. Let's have an elephant rescue fund or an aardvark rescue fund. What else is possible? So thank you, everybody. Thank you for being online. Thank you, Karen. Karen and I have a 3-day body class in Melbourne at the end of July. We'll send out the details. Next weekend, I'm in Sydney for the Happy Mouth 3-day hands-on training. How do we get so lucky? And what else is possible? If you haven't learned the bars, go learn the bars. If you need to get your bars run, get them run. Everyone's in a very cruisy space.
Yeah. That was a lovely way to end. Thank you so much.
Or begin. Or begin.
Or begin, exactly. My day starts now.
Okay, so we'll send out the recording, the audio and the replay so no one misses out. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.